and gentlemen, live to stream. We are here at Terminus ATL on a Thursday night. We are looking forward to giving you some of the best in professional wrestling right here, center of the stage, but not at center stage. That'd be always on that center, but you get what I'm saying. Your boy should be my man Muscle Malcolm over here.
Yes, sir. The greatest wrestling team of all time and the greatest wrestling show of all time, Terminus 3.
It covers a lot of great, like all time.
Yeah, all time. Yes.
Fair enough, fair enough. So let's talk about what we got for the show, right? Like before the show even gets started, before we even get cracking the appetizer, we've got modern art grappling rules, okay? So that's like a hybrid of the British style, that's a hybrid of the pure style, everything to that effect. We got any style, Adam Priest versus ROH's Will Ferraro.
Oh my. Wow. Adam Priest is wrestling tonight?
Unfortunately.
Not unfortunately, very fortunately. I think I get the W tonight too. It's in the bag. It's in the bag.
I would like to put Adam Priest in the bag if you don't mind, but it is what it is. Preferably with some oranges and just knock him around a little bit, but it is what it is. Then once we get into the actual show that we got going on tonight, first and foremost, we want to talk about the fact that AEW and ROH's Tully Blanchard Enterprises, like to stand out over there.
Oh, yeah.
You see them with Shane Taylor Promotions. We've got Quan, open challenge tonight. So anybody.
Oh, Quan is something different. I used to train with Quan at MCW, and if he even messed up, he made you do burpees. I think he's down to beat his opponent down tonight, and I want to
He be giving me burpees because I messed his name up, and I hope Lord he don't.
He might do some burpees.
I don't want to do no burpees.
You might as well start doing it. That's at least 5. But who do you think his opponent could be?
If it's my dream opponent, it would be Norman Smiley. Otherwise, I have no idea.
If I really want like someone like Moses, Shane Taylor Promotions, anyone in a faction, just like
not Shane Taylor Promotions exploding here at Terminus.
Oh yeah.
But anything can happen at Terminus. I mean, this is where all roads connect, and they no better thought of that than the next match that we got up for you. Invictus Cash, standout. You've seen him on AEW Dark. He's been tearing it up all over the Indies. Versus
Mike, man. Oh, I'm sorry. I just said it. My bad. It's a miracle. It's Mike Bennett.
Oh my Lord, and it's like, he's in town, he's motivated, he's getting it done, you know, bam, kingdom in the house, you see what I'm saying? As far as who you got on that?
I mean, like, it has to be Mike Bennett, right? This is the first time they ever faced off before, so this is a dream first time ever match for people watching on Terminus. Gotta be Mike Bennett, he's a veteran, he's used to these big stages, gotta be Mike.
So if you had to bet rent money on that, you said Mike Bennett, right?
Yeah, I bet my rent money.
Okay, I got a cash app to send in a minute.
I use Venmo.
Why you gotta be fancy? Why you gotta be bougie?
I was gonna say Zelle, but I wasn't.
Oh wow! Oh, okay, I use Zelle. Now let's talk about some big time action. This could have easily main evented any show that we got going on, right? So we got Baron Black, who's trying to break the streak. He's trying to put it together as far as it goes. The man is 0-50 in AEW competition. Hasn't won a match yet, either at Terminus or Battle Slam. But that's not from a lack of trying, lack of ability. And he's gonna test himself yet again in the rematch. Baron Black versus
Jay Lethal, one of the greatest wrestlers to ever do it. But think about it, like Jay Lethal, he's a busy man right now. He's taking on Ric Flair eventually. He got Samoa Joe coming up. He might be a little bit too spread out right now. So tonight might just be Baron Black's night. He's motivated to face Jay Lethal, but Jay Lethal's not motivated to face Baron Black. He's facing Ric Flair, he's facing Samoa Joe. He might not be looking at Baron Black as an actual challenge, so he might just win.
I just thought about that too. You got Ric Flair's last match, you got Death Before Dishonor coming up and whatnot. Is it possible that he's looking past Baron Black?
Too spread out like butter. He can't. The point is, I think Baron Black might actually get his first win tonight here at Terminus 3.
If you had to bet your rent money on,
so as I use Zelle, right, I'll put all $355 on Baron Black.
I'm gonna go with Jay Lethal. Anyway, and then we got a little bit of tag action going on tonight because we've got Quantavious Terrell Marshall, QT Marshall or whatever it is. I've heard Quantavious Terrell. But we got QT Marshall and Aaron Solo versus the, do I have this right, the Prestige Wrestling Tag Team Champions?
I think so.
C4 tonight, as far as it goes. We got some music playing in the background. That's because our pre-show match is about to start in just a minute, but we still want to rock this out or whatnot. Plus, I love blocking out Adam Priest. I can ignore him all day long.
I actually really like him, but for the match at least, I think the factory has to take it in the bag, right? on big stages more often. They're kind of used to this kind of stuff. I mean, QT Marshall might cheat a little bit because, like, you know, he don't really pay attention to the rules. I really think the factory might actually get the W.
Now, keep in mind, C4 been having a hell of a time as far as it goes between Battle Slam and Terminus, racking up the wins, defending the championships because they're coming all the way from the West Coast and doing that. To me, C4 is looking to have everything to prove because if you knock off the factory, I mean, the next thing is what, TNT, TBS? You know what I'm saying?
That is true. That is true. That's possible. But no. So it's going to be the factory.
All right, we're going to see about that, okay?
I could bet tuition.
The disrespect is palpable, man. We might have to talk about that in a second.
We'll talk about that later.
Now, dream match anywhere, okay? ROH World Heavyweight Champion, Jonathan Gresham, Konosuke Takeshita. What more do I got to say?
Again, it's kind of like Jay Lethal. He has a lot going on. He's going to be on that Ric Flair Supercard match or a last match card. He's also going to be on Death Before Dishonor. He has too much going on right now. I think also that's so good at striking, so good at kicking that. I don't know.
And the thing about Takeshita that I'm so impressed with, we've seen it in his outings with Moxley, we've seen it in his outings with Eddie Kingston. He's tearing up the Indies, him versus Lee Moriarty. He's got what it takes to win the big one. We just want to see him win the big one. Can he do it tonight? Can he beat Jonathan Gresham and cement himself as a big-time player here in America? And I haven't confirmed from my sources, women on top tonight. Masha Slamovich, first time ever, Masha Slamovich versus Queen Amanada, ATL's finest and the Queen.
Thanks, Shug D, and thank you for tuning in. It is Ian Riccoboni here, momentarily going to be joined by Shug D for this great event. We're going to start out with some modern age grappling here on our kickoff show for Terminus. Let's take it to the ring for our introductions.
Tip-off match is scheduled for one fall and will be contested under modern age grappling rules. In this match, there's a 30-minute time limit divided into 6 rounds of 5 minutes with a 30-second break between rounds. There will be a 20 count on the floor and a winner can be decided only by pinfall, submission, count out, knockout, or ref stoppage. Introducing first, from Battleground, Alabama, it is Star Adam Breed.
Shug, there you see him, well put together.
From Parkside, New York, weighing in at 165 pounds, Will Ferrara.
Before we even get this thing popping in, I know how you get down, so I'm going to try to step up to your level as far as it goes to get ready to make it happen. But I'm looking at this right now, modern age grappling. I'm excited as this being a project that's being pushed around. I've seen it on Uncharted Territory and other companies. It's basically a hybrid of like the pure rules, the British rules. It's about finding out who the best grappler is.
You got two finer wrestlers here. You got Will Ferrara, who I've known for almost 10 years. As you see Priest take advantage, grabbing a wrist lock, manipulating the fingers.
And like the thing I love about Ferrara, and I've watched him for so long, compact in stature, fire plug. This guy is solid, barely any fat on him. This is one of those cases where he knows where to go, how to lock things in, how to make it hurt.
And of course, at the top of the hour, we will be switching over to the Fight TV feed for Terminus. Great matches in store, including Konosuke Takeshita taking on Jonathan Gresham. And our huge main event, Masha Slamovich taking on Queen Amadaka.
Absolutely, and then we still got Invictus Cash and Mike Bennett. We've got the tag match with the Factory versus C4. We're loaded.
Incredible.
Even on the pre-show right here, we're going to load it. Right now, he's working that top wrist lock, going ahead and getting that crank in. Now, Adam Priest, they call him any style because, especially if you've been paying attention to Uncharted Territory over on RWTV, it's one of those cases where they're able to. They've given him opponent after opponent, whether it's brawlers, deathmatch guys, high flyers, etc., etc. Adam Priest gets it done. He wins. He adapts. So the other thing about this that I've noticed with Adam Priest is a monkey he wants to get off his back. He's been in every Modern Arts grappling style match that's happened in Terminus. He hasn't gotten a win yet.
That's got to be weighing heavy on his mind, especially with a guy like Will Ferrara, who I know is trains with the Ring of Honor World Champion Jonathan Gresham, who I know helped train students in the Ring of Honor Dojo, who is so adept at this pure style, had a winning record in the Ring of Honor Pure Division, which, like you said, as he rides Priest there, but it's Gresham with a counter into a front face lock. Look at the strength of Priest!
And that's one thing, now don't get me wrong, I can't stand Adam Priest. One of my things with him is he's good and he knows it. That said, the thing with Priest is I like the fact that he's not trying to be fancy just to be fancy. He just took a elementary body slam, put him down with that, and then he's just grinding it in. He's not trying to be flowery about this stuff here.
See a side headlock here as Ferrara adjusting the position, rolling the shoulders over, but look at how tight the finger grip is, that grip from Priest. Like you said, if you execute the basics too, those can be quite dangerous if you perfect it.
All I'm saying is if you pay attention to a lot of title match histories and big match histories, I've seen more matches get won off of small packages, backslides, just elementary things that are just executed well. And I know the business has advanced in crazy ways, but sometimes the foundations are the foundations for a reason. It's that standing switch. He's got that arm lock in there very nicely.
That standing switch from Ferrara. Duck behind into the hammer lock. Now Snapmare takeover. Ferrara in control. Oh, and that's interesting to me because Priest let Ferrara back up earlier into this match. I would have seen it the other way. I would have thought Priest maybe would have done that.
Yeah, I think he's doing his best to try to be a good boy with these rules because, again, Mag Style is very gentlemanly in the fact that you're not trying to out-brawl your opponent. You're not trying to maim your opponent or anything. This is about out-wrestling and finding out who the better grappler is. That said, Adam Priest, I know he's not going to take the disrespect for too much longer.
You see the knuckle lock into the double bridge there, and the strength of both men to maintain this grappling here.
That ain't easy. You working the thighs, you working the neck muscles on there. This is the reason why you train in bridges in the dojo.
A straight jacket here from Priest. Ferrara in a bad way, but able to swing those hips out, readjust, and a straight jacket from Ferrara.
Now, if you're a World of Sport junkie, this is just elementary Les Kellett right here when you're looking at how that's going through. He hits the switch, goes through. I'm thinking, oh, wow. I thought he was going for a bully choke there.
Yeah, using the leverage of that shoulder and upper back to take Ferrara over, but it's Ferrara now with a double wrist lock, allowing Priest, giving him some space here. And you've called more modern age grappling matches than almost anybody, and myself included. As we're going toward the time limit in round one, what do you try and do? Do you go for a victory? What is the strategy here with these rounds?
When I'm looking at how they're wrestling each other, it's very exploratory. This is a first-time match. They haven't had a chance to really deal with each other. So a lot of this, if you've noticed, is they're putting on holds. They're kind of seeing what their opponent is up to, how they're going to try to counter it, trying to get a feel. Usually it's that second and that third round where you really start seeing people try to they open up offensively. Because now I got an idea of what this guy does. Does he play defensive? Is he fancy? Is he trying to grind me out a little bit? Will, with that slap earlier, shows that he's got a little bit of an aggressive streak. So I think Priest might play to that. And now we start seeing the arm work coming in. And this is the kind of stuff you want to start getting to because you can come back to that later.
And that is the end of round one. Of course, we can go up to 6 rounds as we head into Terminus. This is our modern age grappling feature match here on our kickoff show, our tip-off show.
And for those asking questions earlier about the rope incident from earlier, because there are rope breaks like your ROH Pure rules. The thing about it was because of the way that he was put into the ropes, he didn't initiate the rope break. He just fell outside the ring. His foot was out. So that doesn't count against him in the rope breaks.
Has to be intentional, that's for sure. Our 30-second refresh period has elapsed, and we are on to round 2. You see Ferrara, who began to work on the arm toward the end of round 1, going straight for the Greco-Roman knuckle lock here, but it's Priest who might just be a little bit stronger than Ferrara.
I'm noticing that as far as the upper body definition, the way that he's put together, I definitely would give that to Adam Priest. Like I said, Ferrara, he's put together in a lot of ways. He's conditioned. The other word I would use for him is wiry. He knows how to get in and out of situations very easily. I believe he was a trainer at the dojo for a while. Is that correct?
Certainly was, and some underhanded tactics from Priest there. I don't like that, Shug. I mean, behind the referee's back, that mule kick right to the face.
That's just Priest. I told you I don't like it. Like that's just Priest. Like,
and he's got to be careful because this could go one of two ways. Ferrara, I mean, he could use that against Ferrari. He could kind of lure him in like a bull. He's got that anger going, that energy going. But if you're not careful, like you said, the wiriness, this could unload the adrenaline from Ferrari.
Emotionality will cost you in a match like this because, again, this isn't one of those cases where you're having a sprint. It's a marathon. It's like they tell you in boxing. If you go out there and you just swinging the swing and you punch yourself out, you're losing it for those later rounds. I think Priest is thinking about the long game, but I don't know if he's going to have a long game to go to if he keeps getting worked on the arm like that. Big arm drag in this situation.
And look at the pressure, establishing positioning here. Will Ferrara in our modern age grappling feature match into the ankle lock, a bit of a key lock almost. Trying to trap that up, that right leg.
Nice little ankle pick going into that and whatnot. Usually you try to trap the other foot by stepping on it, but Ferrara's too quick for that. Kicks away from that. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm scouting a little bit too. I've been interested in getting my bag in. I've done my time in England over 6 tours. As soon as they started saying they were doing bag across other things, aside from just imparting some wisdom based off of actually being in there, I got to get in there. So I'm looking at what the competition is like.
There you go. So double wrist lock countered by Priest.
And that's our first real strike of the matchup, so we got to see how Ferrara's going to react to that.
Ooh, he may have awoken a monster here. Ferrara delivers one of his own. And, just unloading, something like he caved his chest in with that one.
He's going to the butcher shop and he's shaving a little bit of that prime Priest right now. It's going down.
Coming out, Priest. Volleying back, it's Ferrara. And Priest side headlock, Ferrara shoots him off, maintains wrist control, maintains the headlock. Ferrara off the ropes, drop down, almost catches Ferrara now. Big arm drag, catches Ferrara. Ferrara spins out, wrist lock maintained, off the ropes, drop down. Priest, it's Ferrara off caught.
You were an auctioneer in a past life, weren't you? Jesus Christ, you was rattling that off. I love it. Now you notice with Priest, he could have slowed all that down by getting the arm lock, but he didn't have the strength in his arm to be able to hold it. Ferrara takes advantage, slips out, and then he keeps the momentum pressed on him until finally Priest had to go to the leg to go forward.
Love this game of chess that's being played right now.
There it is.
Priest obviously well accomplished. We've talked about his accolades and resume.
He accomplished stepping on Ferrara's fingers there.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Now you've seen the Dirt McGirt come out. A Terry Funk classic right here with the spinning toe hold, baby. Oh, okay.
Yeah, great finding the legs, stepping over, rolling through. A deathlock variation.
Now I'm very quick to always compare Adam Priest to Jamie Noble. Because, of course, the Indian Deathlock had another name when he did it, the trailer hitch.
Right.
And he uses that often.
Ferrara getting to the ropes here.
Now, as we discussed, that's an intentional rope break right there, so that will cost him a rope break. And once you run out of your 3 allotted rope breaks, anything happens in the ropes.
That's what's so dangerous about the pure matches. But Ferrara, very well-versed in Ring of Honor. He's wrestled Jonathan Gresham, who's the longtime pure champion, who we'll see later tonight when we cross over to Fight TV. Oh, against Konosuke Takeshita.
I think, and here we go. Priest has found his opening. So now he's going on that leg, and he's being surgical about how he's getting to that too. Ferrara trying to fight. And we got that figure 4 locked in. That'll do it to you.
And I think the only ally Ferrara has right now as he's dead center of the ring is the clock. Can he hang on?
And Ferrara's in a bad position in this because, one, if you waste the rope break, now you only got 1 rope break left. If you try to sit in it, you're doing more damage to your leg. And then every time he's rolling right there, you're messing with cartilage. You're messing with all those different types of things that is allowing that mobility in the leg. He's got to try to hold on.
Ooh, and Ferrara hangs on. Ooh, and it looked like he may have tapped.
Now see, here's where it's a give and take. Yes, he held on. What does that mean for him with just 30 seconds to rest going into round 3?
And like you said, that's cartilage. Those are ligaments. It's not as simple as pulling a muscle. It's not as simple as maybe rubbing it, stretching it back out.
There it is. Ian, do I have to tell you about the one-legged man in the ass-kicking contest? I know you've heard about it. I know you've heard.
I certainly heard that, and I heard about tonight's main event. Queen Aminata taking on Masha Slamovich. Terminus main event. Of course, Mike Bennett, Invictus Cash, Factory C4. That is a tag team clash I'm looking forward to.
Living up to his name in Terminus, where all roads intersect. We got everything going on from a little bit of everywhere. Oh! Big-time German suplex, and Adam Priest is opening up.
See him using the hips to power through, dropping the center of gravity. Ferrara, though, looking for a counter. Going back to the wrist, the arm, and the shoulder. Wow!
And these guys are opening up big time. It's like they lit the dynamite. Big fisherman buster, but he can't capitalize on it.
2. I think you're right, Shug. That millisecond, he may have been in. Oh, wait a minute, caught! 2! Just a 2 count there. Ferrara goes right back in. Single leg.
And do you know how hard it is to move 2, 3? Oh, got him like that. He got him with a victory roll on the way back.
Wow!
For those of you at home, do you know how crazy it is to do 10 minutes like that and then force yourself into that kind of a sprint into that? It literally was the one thing that Adam Priest wasn't catching it. Gets caught up, gets pinned.
And indeed, it was Will Ferrara picking up the victory. He knew he needed to pull out something from the repertoire, something from his bag of tricks. Out of Delirious' playbook, the man that trained him. Ferrara is your victor. Shug, I want to thank you so much because we are headed, as all roads lead to Terminus. Here tonight, Shug, we thank you for helping us with the tip-off show, the kickoff show.
And I appreciate that, and I'm going to hand it over to somebody way more qualified than me in Mr. Prazak, so he can go ahead and handle this business. So, pleasure. Take care.
Pleasure was all mine, Shug. And, of course, at the top of the hour, we will head to Fight.tv. It is Terminus. All roads lead to Terminus. We will see Invictus Cash versus Mike Bennett.